And we are back with another episode on Across the Board. It is currently Saturday morning at 2:28 a.m. It is really early. It is really early in the morning, but we have a lot to cover and go over this week uh, in the college baseball world. Opening weekend was this past weekend. A lot of exciting games, a lot of exciting tournaments as well, plus series that happened this week. So we're going to cover that today, and then a couple of the weekend series. So we're going to cover that as well, and then just some other news from around the sports world. But with that being said, let's go and get right into it. First, let's start out with the news. Uh, Team USA women's hockey wins gold, beats Canada in a overtime 2-1. Great move, great goal, very exciting, and Team USA wins gold in the women's hockey. And then men's hockey beat Slovakia today 6-2. They will advance to the gold medal game to play Canada. Very excited, very anticipated. Sunday at 7 a.m. Central Time, I believe. So go check that out. Um, with that being said, let's go and hop into the college baseball recap from this past week. Let's start out with the first series. We'll go to Hattiesburg, Southern Miss, and UC Santa Barbara. This was a very exciting series. Um, this was very anticipated. Um, a bunch of great stuff. Um, Southern Miss took home the series 2-1. UC Santa Barbara got the first game though. Floor started 6 inning pitch, only allowed 3 hits, had 5 strikeouts. He played well in this game. Olivas and Hoover came in to close it out for UC Santa Barbara. They ended up winning 5-1 in this game. Um, in the bullpen for Southern Miss, he had Allen 5 innings pitch, allowed 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch. And then Sibley 4 innings pitch, 3 hits, 2 runs, uh, 1 base on ball, and he had 7 strikeouts in game one. Um, and then on the game two, things changed a little bit. I believe in all three of these games, UC Santa Barbara had the lead in these games, and I mean, Santa Barbara will be an elite team. They will definitely be a tournament team. Uh, Definitely a regional team. Could definitely get the supers. Uh, in this game, this is where it got interesting. Okay, in the bullpen especially. Uh, Southern Miss wins game two, 8-6. In the bullpen for Santa Barbara, Acevas, 5.1 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 base on balls, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch. Jackson came in with point 0.2 innings. He allowed 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and that was all. And then Cordell, 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 base on ball, 1 strikeout, plus a wild pitch in there. In the Southern Miss bullpen, this is where it gets interesting. You had Harris, he had 3 innings pitched with 5 hits, 4 runs, base on ball, four strikeouts, 2 hit by pitch. Sunshine, 2.2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit by pitch. Armistead, point 1 innings pitched, he allowed 2 base on balls. Och, 2.0 innings pitched with 2 strikeouts. And then Clark, 1 inning pitch with 2 strikeouts on the board. Uh, Again, Southern Miss went to a lot of pitchers in this game, went through five, but they were able to close it out with a win. Again, like I said, UC Santa Barbara came out strong again. Um, a big takeaway from the series for me, UC Santa Barbara is elite in the bullpen. Uh, Excuse me, elite at the plate. They're going to have a solid bullpen too. We'll kind of talk about that in a moment. But um, at the plate, this team's going to be very good. They're going to be an elite team at the plate, and they're going to have a solid rotation, I think, on the mound. Southern Miss, they're going to have great bats as well. They will be a good team in the Sun Belt. But this was a fun week of baseball. And then to close out the final game in this series. Uh, Again, Southern Miss wins 6-5 on a walk-off walk. That's how it was. The top of the ninth was very interesting. Uh, it looked like Southern Miss was going to win. Then a fly ball was dropped. Infield fly ball was dropped, allowed UCSB to tie the game up, but then Southern Miss gets the walk-off walk in this game to win it. Um, in the bullpen for these two teams. Now UCS. Now this is where it gets interesting. The bullpen. A lot of pitching changes in this game. Uh, Montgomery went 5.1 innings with allowed four hits, 4 ERA, four base on ball, four strikeouts. Olivas came back in, point 0.2 innings pitch. He pitched in game one as well to close it out. Point 0.2 innings pitch, allowed one hit, one strikeout. Hoover came in, 1.2 innings pitch, one hit, one earned run, one strikeout. Janiso, point 0.1 innings pitch, and Peterson both point 0.1 innings pitched in this game. On the Southern Miss side, you had English with three innings pitch with three hits, one earned run, two walks, two strikeouts, two wild pitches. Crabtree, 2 innings pitched, three hits, one earned run, one base on ball, two strikeouts. Ricardo, 1 innings pitch, one hit. Uh, Willow, point 0.2 innings pitched, two hits, two earned runs. Armstead, point 0.1 innings pitched, one base on ball. Causey, 1 innings pitched, two strikeouts. And then Clark, 1 inning pitched, two strikeouts. Um, I see it like this. I think UC Santa Barbara is going to be good in the bullpen. I think they will be solid. Uh, of course, we talk about Flory. He has 6 inning pitch. Uh, Only allowing three hits. He has five strikeouts. He's going to be elite. He was great in his start. Again, these two teams have got some bats. They can swing the sticks. Um, very explosive offenses. So I'm excited to see how these two teams play out their season. Of course, I think UCSB is going to win their conference. Um, and so I'm very excited. And this was a very anticipated matchup, but a great weekend in Hattiesburg. All right, next I want to head to Michigan State and Louisville, where the upset occurred. Michigan State predicted to finish 15th in the Big Ten, and they came out ready to go in this game. Uh, in their very first game, well, I'm on the wrong game here. Let me go to the other game. But they won their first. They took the series home in the first two games. They won 3-4 in what was a dogfight to the end. In the bullpen, Aiden Donovan had a great game for Michigan State with 5 innings pitched, three hits, one earned run, one base on ball, three strikeouts. Nolan Higgins, 2 innings pitched, three hits, two earned runs, one base on ball, and four strikeouts. And then Tommy Pansky, 1.1 innings pitched with one hit, three strikeouts. Uh, and for Louisville, Ethan Everly, he had a solid appearance, 4.1 innings pitched, two hits, one earned run, one base on ball, six strikeouts. However, he did allow three hit by pitch in this game. Uh, the wheels this was a great game. I mean, it was a dogfight. And again, this can happen in college baseball. Really no surprise to kind of see, when you have close games like this in a series. I think the real surprise, though, came in the following game. Louisville proceeded to lose 13-4. Um, my concern for Louisville kind of off this series, I think the bullpen is not great as we expected it to be. Or it really was not good in this series. Um, you had Jake Bean, 3.2 innings pitch. He allowed seven hits, five earned runs, two base on balls, no strikeouts. And then Schlager, 1.1 innings pitch. He allowed four hits, six earned runs, one base on ball, one strikeout. I mean, and that's where a lot of runs came uh, for Jake Bean and Schlager. The bullpen, again, was not great for Louisville this series. Michigan State played great. They're a solid team, but Louisville's a much better team. The bullpen was not great. That's going to have to get fixed. Um, they were able to win the final game 9-1, but I think the bat's going to need to get hot, and I think they're going to need to get the bullpen figured out if they want to make a run going forward in this college baseball season. And then finally, I wanted to really kind of talk about the uh, City Globe Life Series uh, in Texas. This was fun. I made a lot of notes off this series. I think this was one of the far more interesting series this weekend that we had. Uh, and basically, these are more just my notes from this series. I mean, not really. There was a lot of games. I really took it to a notes perspective here. Oklahoma had a very strong showing. They are played like an elite team. Um, these were their starters. Okay, you have Razor Card. Or I'm gonna make sure I'm getting these names right. So I'm gonna go to the game. So we're gonna start Texas Tech and work down. All right. So they beat Texas Tech 10-3. All right. First, you have Cameron Johnson who started. He had 11 strikeouts in this game. That's where it started. 11 strikeouts. That was game one. They beat Texas Tech 10-3. He played well. Then Oklahoma State, they beat them 10-1. All right. LJ Mercurius, 12 strikeouts. Allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 2 base on balls, 12 strikeouts. And then we go to their third game that they won. They played TCU. They beat them 12-2, which TCU is on this list. We're actually going to talk about them next. Uh, Razor Cord, he had 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 base on balls. He had 8 strikeouts in this game. He played well. The bullpen for Oklahoma was great at this tournament, and the bats were hot. This is exciting to see for Oklahoma. They moved to the top 25. I believe they are at 21 and 21st in the country. That's where they had moved to. But playing great baseball. They had a great open weekend at Globe Life, and I'm excited to see what they can do. Come obviously finishing out the non-con schedule and then going into conference play. They're gonna be an interesting team to see. But they did jump in the top 25. They were very fun to watch, and they were a great team. The next team we have here, I have TCU on my list here. Um, they are here because they had a solid week. They beat Vandy 5-4. Then they go ahead and beat Arkansas 5-4. Then they do get blown out by Oklahoma. And then they do as well in this suffer a midweek loss to UT Arlington, but that's not the point. A big win against Vanderbilt. Arkansas got a big win. Um, so pitching stats in this game, we will start with Vandy. Um, this was a bomb fest of just home runs. I mean, I think let's see, we had, I want to say 6 of these runs out of the total 9 were home runs. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 of the total 9 runs were all home runs. They were all solo shots. The bats were rocking in this TCU Vandy game. In the bullpen, so you had Tommy Laporte, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 base on balls, 5 strikeouts. And then Tanner Saguspi, he had 2 innings pitched with 2 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks. Nate Stern, 1.1 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. Uh, again, the bats are rolling. The pitching was solid in this game. But again, the bats are rocking with homers in this game. And then in their next game, they played Arkansas, who, or actually, funny enough, we're going to talk about them after this as well. They beat them 5-4. But again, Arkansas, a really good team. Uh, we'll go to the pitching numbers here for TCU. You had Noah Franco. He had 3 innings pitch with 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Mason Brasso, he had 4 innings pitch with 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 base on balls, 6 strikeouts. And then Zach James, 2 innings pitch, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 base on balls, and 4 strikeouts in this game. Um, TCU had a solid outing. They're playing like a solid team at the City Globe Life Series, and they are an interesting team. The possibly contend to go to Omaha. That's the talks you're hearing after this week at City Globe Life. Um, Very interesting team. They've played solid, but going forward, we'll see if they can kind of keep that momentum, and we'll see kind of how far they can go. Um, right now, when I present the schedule of the week, they have TCU. Excuse me, TCU has UCLA in the series this week. That could be huge to kind of see where they're at. UCLA, obviously number 1 team in the country, so we'll kind of see how they can perform there. And then my final team, I have Arkansas. Arkansas is going to be a contender in the SEC, no question about that. Uh, in their series, right, they're 4-1 on the season. I think, yeah, they're 4-1 on the season. They beat Oklahoma State 12-2, lost to TCU 5-4, beat Texas Tech 6-5 in a game they definitely had control of, and they beat, then they've obviously beat Tarleton State this year 3-1, and they beat Xavier 5-2. But again, this team, they're going to be good. They've got great bats. They're going to be good on the mound. Obviously, Gabe Gackle, he had 4.1 innings pitched in the first game against Oklahoma State with 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 baseball. He had 9 strikeouts. And then Cole Gibbler, 3.2 innings pitched with 1 base on ball, 6 strikeouts. They got a nice combo right there. Uh, the TCU game was a tough one. Uh, Obviously, they had Hunter Dietz, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 base on balls, 5 strikeouts. Tate McGuire, highlight his performance. He had 5 innings pitched in this game. No hits, no earned runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He's going to be a great pitcher for this bullpen for Arkansas, and good fit into the rotation somewhere. And then Texas Tech, again, a close game that probably should not have been close. Uh, Colin Fisher, he had 5 innings pitched with 1 hit, 2 base on balls. He had 8 strikeouts. So he played well pitching. Colin Fisher played great in this game. But Arkansas, no surprise here. They're going to get on base. They're going to score runs. They're going to have a great rotation in the bullpen. So I'm very excited to see kind of how they perform and how they fare out before going into SEC play. Uh, right now, their remaining schedule before kind of getting there, they have Xavier 2 more times this weekend. They have a midweek 2 games. They play Arkansas State Tuesday, they have February 24th, 25th, UT Arlington series, Oral Roberts, and a Stetson series. Then they open the Mississippi State. Um, but again, they're going to be a great team in the SEC. I'm excited to see where they play out, where they finish. And the SEC is going to be fun this year. So I'm very excited to see there. With that being said, though, I do want to head into our schedule of the week. I did post a TikTok slash Instagram reel slash YouTube short out there, maybe just TikTok and Instagram, but that has the schedule of the week. If you have not seen it, go check it out. But I'll give you the schedule now because this is what to watch this week in the series games. First, the Jacksonville College Baseball Classic, LSU, UCF, Indiana, and Notre Dame. They kicked off today. LSU had a strong 8th inning to keep to push Indiana away and get a breakaway from them. UCF Notre Dame was a great game today, but go check out that series. That's a big one. Um, the AMG Bank College Baseball Series, Auburn, FSU, Kansas State, Louisville, Michigan, and Nebraska are playing in it. This is a big series game, big series. I would go check out these games. A bunch of great baseball going to be played there. The Round Rock Classic is going to be another good one. You have Baylor, Oregon State, Purdue, and Southern Miss playing in this. Go watch those teams. Obviously, we just talked about Southern Miss today, and Oregon State, and is going to be a great team as well. Uh, and then a couple of the actual series games, more of the actual games themselves between 2 teams. You have TCU at UCLA, which I talked about today. That's a big one to go watch for sure. to see if how well TCU fares against the number one team in the country. And then I included this one because of the upset last week. Michigan State at Texas, just I guess for the plot, you could say, just to see how they would fare out there. And it did an upset happen last week. But with that being said, that's going to conclude today's podcast episode. I know it is short once again, but there will be a lot to cover in the near future, plus more stuff, and we will cover all that. Excuse me. Wow. Anyways, there'll be a lot to cover there. So go check out and go keep updated with all our socials on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Amazon Music. Just go check out, see when we post. We try to get a podcast video every Monday and Thursday. Sometimes schedules pending, we may have to shift days around. But college baseball's on. Go watch a lot of series. College basketball's on. Go check out all those games throughout the week. Softball's on. Those are always great games, so go check those out. And with that being said, that's going to do it here today. Go follow and subscribe to our channels and accounts. And until then, we will see you on our next episode.